Hello and welcome back to the Stars and Scrums 2025 version. With me today, I have Gauthier Baudin, an independent French journalist who has lost and did last year. He did a lot of content for the Men's Rugby Euro Championship, but he did one of the best things I saw in 2024. It was a documentary about the Belgian national team. I think it was the first week of the rec, and what a week it was because the Diable Noir defeated Portugal in that weekend. So it
No,
was.
I got lucky. Honestly, I got lucky. But I imagine like wow, it will be a perfect scenario if Belgium won against Portugal, and at the end of the game was like, oh yeah, it did. So yeah, no,
well,
I got lucky, and it
well,
was a pleasure.
it doesn't matter if you got lucky or not. It was an incredible video. You can watch that documentary in your YouTube channel, right, Gauthier?
Yeah, there's English subtitles. So
Yeah, but it's enough English subtitles. Hear it in French. Learn a bit more of French. So, Gauthier, thank you for coming to the show. We have already our four qualified teams for the World Cup. The repechage spot is still open to
mhm.
be booked by any for any of the other four teams. So, from this weekend, before we go to watch some of the clips or the best moments that you picked for us, what were your thoughts about round two of the Men's Rugby Europe Championship?
I think it was how to say it. It was the round of the scare because none of the favorites team to qualify wanted to lose. And in my opinion, I always thought like, yeah, one will crack and lose against somebody, but no one did. And in my opinion, that show some progress for this team because you know it is there's always like some mentally challenge to play this game because you think it's easy because of course the team in front of you is a little less good than you, but you have to set your mind to yeah, we have to win no matter what and with the biggest score possible. So everybody did in some way. They won at least. So yeah, it was I think yeah, the round of scare and nobody flinched. So it's great because we already have our qualified team for Europe.
Yeah, so Portugal, Georgia, Romania, and Spain are going to Australia 2027,
Hmm.
but Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and Switzerland can still have a shot at it if they win the fifth place playoff
Yeah.
in the Men's Rugby Championship and the repechage tournament. Gauthier, we have 4 moments to dissect and analyze. So you want to start from the first, which is for me the best one, or you
Always.
or you want
Let's
to go?
see what team you're talking of.
You know perfectly because you follow him in the top 14, and here it is the video. Let's put it on.
David Niniashvili. Dangerous from
Yeah.
anywhere. David Niniashvili. Amazing pass. It's just amazing. Vasil Lobshanidze.
I mean, do we need to speak? No, I think it's great because uh, I think there's a mistake from the Netherlands defense on the basis you want to put it
Yeah,
again.
I put
There's
it
a
there.
great clean out. I think it's the word in English from I don't know which Georgian people that just slide the defender on the right, and just there's the number 3 of Netherlands. That's it's a bit too too far away, and it doesn't correct it. What did Ninjas do? You don't see often around the rug, but hey, he does it, and he got through. And I think the most wonderful action is when he spots that is it Lobzanidze? Yeah. If you stop on the pass of Niniashvili, it's basically a blind spot passes because it's not like a Shistera or it's just a blind spot passes that he has to trust Lobzanidze to be there. And it's always like that when you see passes like this, no look passes. It's just basic trust. And in my opinion, Niniashvili did absolutely great. He plays the ball well. Like it wasn't hard for Lobzanidze to take it and just run. So yeah, it's a wonderful piece from David Niniashvili, and it might be the only way that Georgia would have scored in just without going to the ground. So yeah, maybe the try of the week. Yeah, honest.
Gauthier, you have been following and writing and talking about the top 14 in the in your Twitch channel and YouTube and your articles for a long time. How do you stop a guy like David Niniashvili? How can someone not only stop him but stop him from passing a ball like he did to Lobshanidze?
I mean, you have to take him like on the arms, but it's always easy to say it. You know what I mean? He's so fast that even though you think you can trap in and take his arm, he's always like he can move. He has a great upper body. He's not that big, if you know what I mean. He's not like I don't know, a Freddie Stewart that is really, really a big 15, but he's just sleek. He just goes through everything, and yeah, I mean, even though you tackle him by the arms or the legs, he always gets through and does something, and that's the case here.
In your opinion, Niniashvili is one of the best fullbacks in the world right now?
Yeah, he is. Maybe top 5, I think. He's like, it's always like that with tier 2 nations. We're always like, yeah, he's really good, but is it that good? And I think Niniashvili, even though he plays for Georgia and Georgia doesn't like play always, and I don't know, half a dozen times against what we can call big nations. He does something that, yeah, nobody has seen before. You know, with Georgia, you never saw before like a back, just a back doing so much stuff, because Georgia before was, I don't want to be reducing the Georgia style play before, but it was really, really big forwards, and the backs were a little less creative and doing things. So yeah, seeing that Georgia finds players, finds a confidence between them, and just has a great rugby behind, is just perfect from them. And I'm really looking like we talk about Niniashvili, but Tabut Sadze is fantastic, and they have like maybe a 10 or 15 players that can play in the back line, and he's just the same, basically just the same. Maybe a little less talent because Niniashvili is world class, but it's basically the same and doesn't change a lot.
Yeah, and it's great, exactly that. And for example, in this week, Georgia did 50 defenders beaten, which, like as you said, like 10 years ago, I think most people would think it will be improbable. But nowadays,
yeah, it will be on the whole tournament. You know,
exactly how things change. And now going to the second moment, let's watch it and talk about a bit. It's another player from the French club competitions, Taylor Gontignac, son of Romeo Gontignac.
I mean, this try is so cruel. It's basically cruel because at the moment where Gontignac took the ball, you knew that Romania won the game. You know what I mean? Like, I think on the game, it was the moment where if Belgium scored, it would have been a scenario like the one against Portugal last year. You know, tight score, can be shifting from one hand to another, and it would have been tight until the end. On this precise moment where Gontignac took the ball,
And let's put it on.
Belgium like released a bit of level. You know, it wasn't as tough. It wasn't. But if we analyze the try, it was like a great turnover ball for Belgium, and I think, in my opinion, Jadot was right to pass the ball. But what we have to underline here is that Gontignac read it perfectly. he plays himself so well to catch the ball, because if you stop on the precise moment where Jadot do the pass, there's just yeah. Do you have the large screen just
Yeah.
after? Yeah, here. If I don't know who's the player is, maybe Ian Storff, but if the Belgium guy running take the ball, it's basically I think a 3 against 2, and Belgium can just like going from a 16-7 to a 16-14, and it's a whole different game. So Gontignac, I think, on this precise try, assured the qualification for Romania.
Yeah, it's a great try, and it's like you said, in a moment everything can change. And well, but going to the positive, it's incredible that Taylor Gontignac, who in 2023 did so well in the men's Europe
Mhm.
Championship, and now is doing it again, second try of for him in this year.
Yeah,
So, but looking to the try, what do you think it crosses the mind of Contignac to just sprint and take a chance? Because if he misses that interception, as you said, Belgium will be certainly going for a try. So
yeah.
what do you think it crossed in Contignac mind in that moment?
I think nothing much until he score. You know, when he put the ball down, I think that's when the emotion comes up, because he did it. You know what I mean? He just did it. He did like a how much was it? The transformation was under the post, so it was 16 to 23. It was like a 16-point breaks. The Belgium guys had to score 3 times. It was done, and I think he knew it. But I think on the try he looks like both way a couple times, and he just make sure he's not like gonna be tackled, or he just want to get it done, and he does it. And I think after there's the emotions, and yeah, I think we did it. If we just stay here until the end of the game, we can just be qualified. Yeah.
It was a special moment for Cotignac, and Romania, especially when he scored the try. It was in front of the Romanian fans that went to the
Yeah.
stadium.
They moved to they traveled to Mons,
Yeah,
so impressive.
more than 1,600 fans went to and one of if you go to Romanian to Rugby Romania Facebook, one of the photos, one of the guys that was there was Florin Sirigu, former
Mhm.
legend international for Romania, was in the stadium right where
Nice.
yeah, it is incredible because it is the passing of the button. So next we going to Portugal, so we can reserve one of the most. And
Yeah.
another guy who's playing in France, Gauthier. So let's watch it. So Luka Bagic here with the line break.
Yeah, you sent me like, you sent me a great try. The other one you sent me from Portugal, but you cannot like erase a prop or hooker run. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
he does a step. You know what?
yeah,
What does it take to a hooker or a prop to does a step on the last defender? So yeah, I think here the pass from Nicolas Martins Martin is wonderful. I don't know if they spotted it before or it just improv, but the run from Bejic is just so perfect. He goes through. He passed just close enough to not get caught by the Germans. So, and yeah, this step, I don't know what what we
oh,
can.
it's
Yeah, it's
incredible.
just a step from a prop. It should be everywhere. But yeah, and after Camacho eject the ball, and great thing from Camacho, it doesn't pass. He doesn't pass the ball right away. Just hold it a bit, go on the side, like Antoine Dupont do sometimes, and it's just great from Camacho to finish it, and not just be how do you say it, be wanting to be quick. He's just go smartly and just hold it a bit and pass the ball to fix the defender.
Yeah, this pass here from Hugo Camacho was
Yeah,
special and scored
yeah.
by Diego Pinheiro Ruiz, who plays for Massi.
Mhm.
Gauthier, this Portuguese French connection has brought so many great memories and did so many special things for Portugal. How do you see the rise of guys like Nicolas Martin, Luca Bagic, Vincent Pinto, and so many others? How vital they have been for Portugal since 2019?
It's like the answer is in the question. There have been even like a guy like Samuel Marquez. It's just Samuel Marquez, but there are also the number 10 who plays for Rouen.
Hugo
What's
Aubry.
Hugo Aubry, exactly. There's so much like not French player, but French-based player that brings so much to Portugal. And I think Simon Mannix know where they come from and know how to handle them and how to handle their liberation from the top 14 or Pro D2 or national championship. So I think it's great, and I think the more there are Portugal player in squad of top 14 or Pro D2, the best it is for Portugal, because it's I think the most effective way to for Portugal to get good faster than they will be if they had to bring their championship to try to elevate it. It will like needs so much means, and I don't think they are in this position right now. But yeah, top 14 and French rugby globally is the best thing possible for Portugal.
And that's the opinion that I share with you. Now going to, for me, which is the most special moment of the weekend, because it was the first try that Switzerland ever scored in the men's rugby Europe Championship. So it in the top division. So, and was by a 14-year-old player, one of the most loyal guys for Switzerland. Let's watch it, and playing it now. An old-fashioned mole. It's good.
I think we don't have to speak. It's just like perfect throw at the end, and just basic mole and great organization from Switzerland. And just seeing them score a try, it might just like but Spain is leading the game easily, but for Switzerland is something really important because it's their first time. It was like when Van scored a try against Stade Toulousain, it was their first try, and when they won, it was their first win. And I think Switzerland will do the same step, but they have to take the step first, even though you take how much was it? It was 110 points in Georgia. It was part of the process. So Switzerland lost against Spain, but I don't think we have to be like, yes, Switzerland is bad anyway, so let's not put attention of them. It's not like that. We have to support them on that and cherish the try, even though they lost against Spain. But Switzerland is, I think, will be how to say it, a clear candidate from the tier 3 to tier 2 nation in the maybe next 5 to 10 years. So it's wonderful to watch them score this try, because you know that it's part of the process and it's the first step.
Yeah, because after that Georgian game, and you could hear it from Olivier Nier or Tim Vogt, the head coach and the captain of the Switzerland team, that it was a part of a path of something going forward. So for you, it was the right decision to have more teams playing the men's rugby Europe Championship, right, Gauthier?
Sorry, I don't. It lagged on my.
No problem. It is important for the Rugby Europe Championship to continue this way, or having more teams playing in the same division.
Yeah. And I think even if Switzerland is relegated and it's Poland again, it's great too. This system of relegation and promotion from is it trophy? I think it's trophy. It's just like good to have like a chance for tier 3 countries, and kind of the relegation forced the nation in the Rugby Europe Championship to not lose, to get good, and it forced that, because if it was a closed championship, it would not be as interesting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
On that spectrum, on that spectrum of the competition, it will not been as I don't know the word in English, but in French it's enrichissant. It's like it won't be
enriches, yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. But it won't be as great as the without the promotion and relegation.
Yeah, it's important because look, in 2017, Germany that went to the championship after Portugal getting relegated, won against Romania 41-38. So it shows that sometimes things can happen and things can grow, and that's important. Now, Gauthier, before we go to listen to some of the protagonists of round two, what was for you the game of the round, if you could pick one?
I think I think I would take the Spain one because it's the qualification for Spain. We know how much they got hurt not going to the World Cups, not because of what they did on the field, but because what happened outside. So I think I will take this one because it means so much for Spain. You know what I mean? It's like it's finally like a liberation to we did it right, and we did it right on the field, and we did it right outside, and we will go to this damn World Cup in Australia. You know what I mean? We will not go to in front of courts and with lawyers and we will get it done, and I think they got it. So yeah, it's just great for Spain. But if we talk only on the field level, I think the Belgium Romania was great, really great.
It's good to hear from you. It was also a round of packed stadiums. Portugal, Germany had more than 7,000 fans on the stands. Switzerland, 4,000.
I love the Restelo so much. The stadium is so beautiful. I love it. Well, you see during the game like the beautiful sky, and you go see the sea, and I want to sleep in the stadium. You know, I mean, take my little tent and put it on the field and just watch the sky, and it's just such a beautiful stadium.
So here's an idea for Stadio do Restelo. Do some night in the stadium, and
I will pay for it.
Oh, okay. Here's an idea for the Stadio do Restelo management. Please do this because Gauthier and more people will certainly go. It's a beautiful stadium. You have a lovely view to the river and to Torre de Belém in Jerónimo. So, yeah, you are on point. So, Gauthier, going to the last part of the show, let's hear some of the protagonists. We're going by how the games were played in the round two. So, starting with Georgia and Netherlands. First is Beka Gorgadze, who was one of the captains of the Georgian squad. Captain was Beka Saginadze, but Gorgadze also was vice captain. So let's hear from him and what he thought about the game.
Today, how do you feel after victory?
Well, first of all, congratulations to all the team and all the crowds that have been here. But the expectations were higher, I think. Even though we prepared the week differently and we had different aims for that week. Unfortunately, it was a bit disappointing that we could not finish all the actions that we created, and I think there is a lot of work on to do for next week.
Okay.
Gauthier, Georgia won against the Netherlands, but it was a much more competitive game in the end, 40-7 points. Do you agree with Beka Gorgadze's insights about the game?
Yeah, I agree. It was I think a tough game for Georgia, more tougher than last week, and Netherlands are, even though they lost, they're damn tough to beat the Netherlands guys, and I think it was tough, but it could be bad. Like the red card took them down, and I think it would have been like more easy for Georgia, but I think the red card, and did they took a yellow? I don't remember. They took a yellow?
No, Netherlands took 3.
It's the Netherlands, but the red card took them down a bit, and I think it was, it's kind of the moment after the halftime where Georgia speed up, and they couldn't, because at 14 it's I will not tell you that it's evident. It's like, it's more harder, and I agree with Gorgadze.
Now let's hear from Welsh legend Lynn Jones about his thoughts on the match.
It's amazing. We lost 40 points to 7. We didn't look like attacking very well, but we're actually very pleased with our game because we adapted and to circumstances. Our leadership was 10 times better than we've seen it, and we didn't have any penalties first half, and we managed to eventually pick up 4 by the end of the game. But to keep Georgia to 40 points, we three tries each half. Is pretty good for us, to be honest, as crass as it sounds.
Thank you.
Gauthier,
I think it doesn't believe in himself that Netherlands lost only by 33 points. He doesn't believe in himself. It's like, yeah, it's great. It's basically great. I think he might be more surprised than the Georgians. So I don't know your question, but yeah, it's
the question
quite
is
authentic.
From the first game against Spain now to Georgia, you think the Netherlands got a bit better in their game plan and how they dealt with the stronger opposition?
Yeah, I think when you're against Georgia, of course, it's like the favorite, the favorites. Of course, it's like the best team in the competition, and it's a game you have to take. Like, yeah, we doesn't have nothing to lose, even though we take 80 points. Just like, yeah, but we have nothing to lose. You're not planning to win against Georgia, except from of course, 3 other nations that are qualified now for the World Cup. But except from that, you have to take it like a lesson, because in defense you will be challenged like you never did before. It's like they're absolutely tough with their forwards, and in the backs it's now more tougher than in the previous edition. So of course you're going to take lessons everywhere, and if you just take the game we lost and we will forget everything, it's not something smart. So I think Netherlands can really take things out this game, because they did great. Even though they lost, they did great. And yeah, I think like Netherlands is going, like we saw last year, they're going up, that the stock is rising. So we just have to, like we said earlier for Switzerland, we just have to support these little nations in the competition and take them to the next level.
And we'll support them in the future, of course. Now, going to the second game, the Belgium-Romania. Sorry, let's hear first from Jens Toffs, captain of the Belgian side.
Captain, no win today. How do you approach the next game? Next Sunday, have to play again. What's your mindset?
Now we're gonna lick our wounds tonight. We played a very tough game. Congrats to Romania. They played a very tough game. It was a big battle, so we're gonna lick our wounds tonight, tomorrow as well. And I think we're gonna come back Monday with new mindsets. We're gonna be happy to see each other again, because we got a good group. We got a strong group together, and I think there's good hope for the future. Germany, we're gonna attack. We're gonna attack like we always do. We got a great spirit, so we're gonna give everything to get afterwards for that 5th place.
Gauthier, next match for Belgium is a visit to Germany. So, if you were in the Belgian camp, how would you prepare that match? That so important match for that in round 3.
It's a tough question, because of course you gotta be like, yeah, we lost against Romania. It was our objective to win against them, to have like this shot against Germany to qualify directly to the World Cup. But I think you just have to rely on hope. You know what I mean? The 5th place is something that you have to look for, and I think Belgium can do it. I think Belgium are one of the favorites with Netherlands to this position. So I think they don't have to beat themselves too hard on the loss against Romania, because now it's past. So yeah, just go for it. Just open the game against Germany if the weather permits it. Please stop the rain. But yeah, I think they can. Belgium can do it, and it will be like a great thing for Belgium to have like this kind of occasion to if they do it to the qualification tournament. It's just great.
and let's see who gets. Well, it's the first semifinal, and then the fifth place playoff. Now we're going to hear from a, a Frenchman, someone that Gauthier knows very well, Navi Gérard, Romanian head coach. Romania's head coach. Let's hear from him.
Coach, congratulations. Qualification is in place. How are you feeling?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel it's another dream for me, and I'm so proud to be Romanian tonight. I'm so proud of the players, so proud of the staff, and so proud to see so many Romanians here. I think we have to stop to complain and we have to enjoy. Last year was difficult, like I said before the game, but I think tonight we did what we needed to do for enjoying the evening and for enjoying the next 2 years to prepare World Cup in Australia.
Yeah, very good. How do you think you beat Belgium today? What was the determining factor?
Our scrum worked well during the day, and yes, our direct rugby was quite efficient. But after it's just about data, yes, sometimes they are with us, sometimes not. Today, few of them were with us. We dominate the collision, and it was an important thing for us. But Belgium got to have nice days in front. They did a great job during all the year, and I wish them the best for the next few weeks. I know it's not finished for Belgium, and I think everybody will see them maybe in World Cup because they deserve, and they did a great job.
In fact,
Gauthier, David Gérard was almost without no voice at all. We can imagine why, because it was a very emotional game. So how do you see this evolution since he became a head coach for the Standiari? What's your take about it?
About the Romanian?
About David Gérard?
Yeah, I think like I don't want to say that Romania didn't deserve to be at the last World Cup, but you know what happened, and they took a bit that you had to question. You had so many questions about the wide world rugby, that what does Romania do even here? And you had all these articles about the downfall of Romania not being able to have a good scrum, and basically it's like a stand down from Romanian rugby. And I think the arrival of David Gérard not only give them like a new brave, a new hair, a new everything, that it puts a lot more like seriousness in the rugby. I think if you remember last year, you were in Paris with me. The game against it was against Romania. Spain was one of the best game of the year, and not of the competition, the year, because it was so much fun seeing Romania play. And basically what we saw during those two games, and especially against Belgium, it was just the confirmation that Romania is rebirthing. It's just they're doing well again. They have fantastic players. Like we talk about Gauthier, but Rupanu did great in front of the post when they had to distance themselves from the Belgians. You have the powerful winger. It's the least statement about this winger is so powerful, and it's Tike. It's just a tank that can go to 30 kilometers an hour. So yeah, just basically enjoy it. And you have Vauvasa, who's maybe the best skill number 10 in this championship with Luka Matkava. So there's so much talent in this Romanian team. And even in front, David Gérard talked about the scrum. I can talk about even the line out. They have new systems that work well. And there's only one thing I want to see next for Romania. Of course, seeing them at the next World Cup, but I want to see them in this finals, semi or third place or final against the top teams, to see really what they can do against, I don't know if it will be Spain or Portugal or Georgia, especially Georgia, but we will take everything for Romania. So yeah, I'm looking for it so much to see where Romania stands exactly.
And that we'll see it this third round. It's Romania, Portugal, and then let's see who each team gets on the semifinals, and then we'll get back to Gauthier after they play those those big games. So next we go to Switzerland, Spain. First, Alvaro Garcia, who was the captain for Spain in that match. Let's hear from him, who plays in Stade Français. So another top 14 personnel here playing in the Men's Rugby Europe Championship.
Can you just sum it up? What were the key elements for your win in today's match against Switzerland?
I mean, I think we're not really proud. I think we were quite nervous because it was a really important match for us. But after doing lots of penalties and everything, I think we tried to keep going to try to be strong on contact, and I think that's why we end up winning the match.
How do you feel about going to Australia? How do you feel about the qualification for the World Cup?
It's great news for Spain. Last qualifications were tough things to get out because of the office papers and all that stuff. So really proud. It's a really good team, young team, but we work well. Maybe today wasn't our best day, but now we'll keep the focus on these next matches we have to keep growing.
Gauthier, when the interviewer asked him what he thought about going to Australia, you could see his smile showing up. So for guys like Alvaro Garcia, who are very young and have already played for national side, and he's even one of the captains, what does this tell you about this new Spain that has qualified for a World Cup?
I think they did. We talked about Romania, so of course it's basically the same for Spain, because Romania did go to the World Cup, Spain did not, and we said it was not for something they did on the field, so it was even more cruel that being beaten on the field and just not going. So yeah, I think is it Pablo Sousa?
Pablo Bossa. Yes.
Sorry. Bosak, he did such a good job, like managing to bring some top 14 player that didn't play before. We can talk about Joel Merkler, but it's the main example. So yeah, I think Spain is healing, and Spain is one of the most exciting countries to see play. And I think that they learn, like they played Fiji at the last autumn series, so I think for this like Spain team, the more they play, the best it is, because at the sorry, I will say it bluntly, but at the image of Martinian Ocean, Spain is like wild, just full of energy, and they just have to manage to canalize it, just try to channel it where it needs. And I think in this team there's like great elements. We can talk about the 9-10 combination. I think it's is it Baz the number 9?
Bay.
That I think I found so great in the game, and also Bon Tempo that did a great job for distributing. So yeah, I think the main area now for Spain is to toughen up the front, the forwards, like the pack. And if they manage to do that, they basically can do everything in this Rugby Europe Championship. And we will see in 2027 where we will be on that level. Yeah, but yeah, Spain really a great prospect nation for the future.
And talking about prospect nations, let's hear from Olivier Nier from Switzerland, head coach.
What are your thoughts after the game today against Spain?
The first thing is that we progress in relation. If we look at the game 7 days ago, it's really better today, and we see for us 6 new players in the group, and we continue step by step to be better for the Swiss rugby, and this stadium totally full is wonderful.
The stadium was full, and there was progression from that first game against Georgia for this one against Spain. So Olivier has been working for the Swiss for a long time. How did you see the team? Because I know that before the match everyone was worried about Switzerland, but after the game everyone was a bit shocked how they faced Spain. So what was your opinion about it, Gauthier?
Yeah, the same thing we said during the try. It's just a matter of just believing in them. Because if you before every game you say, yes, Switzerland are gonna take 80 points. Yeah, there's just no point in playing just for fate. And so yeah, I think like Switzerland is great. They can profit from. They have a team in the French system that's Genève, Servette Genève, that are stepping up. Like they when they accessed the French system, from them that it's always like promotion, and soon they might knock on the. I think they're in national 2 now, maybe
National, National 2, yeah.
So if they bring themselves up in national, it's gonna go a different matter. Because if Switzerland, a Switzerland team, managed to go to nearly professional rugby in the French system, it can only like benefit them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They could have more means and more players, and they could bring more Switzerland guy in the system, have more formation. It could be a great thing for the Switzerland rugby. So yeah, we might have to look into that for the development of Switzerland. And yeah, La Servette can be like the quickest way for Switzerland rugby to develop.
Yes, and I share your opinion. Now, to the last two interviews, we'll start first with Marc Kuhlmann, Germany's head coach. Let's see what he had to say after that game against Portugal.
Hey, what are your thoughts after that game? Where do you feel the areas you can work on?
As I said before, it was a hard match for us today, and I think Portugal deserved to win. Congratulations from my side to Portugal on qualifying for the World Cup. And yeah, we have to. I'm proud of my boys in the second half. I think we put up a good fight, and we had some ball in hand. But yeah, we have to work in a lot of areas. And from tomorrow, we start preparing for the next match against Belgium.
Gauthier, Germany lost against Portugal by 56-14, but in the second half, they managed to score two tries, and they put an aggressive and a positive aggression, just to correct it, and did very well. So, do you think Germany in the last 2 years is showing that they can wrestle with the top teams from the Men's Rugby Europe Championship?
I think they're not quite at it yet, but they're on the way to. They're not as advanced, I would say, as Belgium or Netherlands, because both of them did like an accomplishment with beating Portugal, and I think the Netherlands nearly beat Spain, I think, last year.
Yes.
It was nearly. So yeah, I think they're looking into it, but yeah, Germany might like be the best prospect for the second tier of the Rugby Europe Championship between Belgium and of course Netherlands.
And to finish things off, we'll go with a French-Portuguese player who was player of the match, Nicolas Martin, or Martins, if you say in Portuguese. Let's hear it from him.
Thank you. You are the player of the match today. How was the game? Are you satisfied with the results?
Yeah, of course. It was the objective. We want to go to the World Cup and give nothing to Germany. So for sure, yeah, the objective is done. Now we have to focus on Romania to finish first of our group, and after we will see.
Thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Gauthier, Nicolas Martin was one of the success stories from the last 4 years in Portuguese rugby, and you can see how focused he is already for the next game against Romania. So, how big is Nicolas Martin for the Portuguese game, and how do you rate Portugal game against Germany from that first one against Belgium?
I think Martin is 26. He's quite
25, yeah, yes, quite young. Yeah.
He's quite young and he's playing in a club where he's not quite there yet. Like he's not like a starter, if that's the word. He's not starting every game, but I think he has to, of course, fit in the system. And Montpellier is such a tough team. There's like Sam Simons and Vunipola, so it's hard to compete with these guys. But yeah, if somebody can do it, it's Martins, because we saw what he did in the World Cup, and I think it's his biggest accomplishment. Like every game, I'm wondering how he didn't end up with like a dislocated shoulder, or because he tackled so much, and even with the ball in hand, he was so great. And yeah, I think you like me, we were like, what is he doing in Pro D2, even though he was great with Angoulême. We were like, yeah, he deserves to go up, and I think Montpellier can bring him his next step in terms of rugby improvement. So we might see what happens next year for him, because of course this year Montpellier has his system done. But yeah, I think he can bring something really new in for the Montpellier. But for Portugal, he's just like the key player in defense. He's just that guy. He does so much on the field that not having him is like, you see it when you don't have him. And I think you agree with that, because he's such a fantastic player.
Yeah, I agree completely. Nicolas Martin, from this from the 2 rounds, completed 44 tackles and didn't miss one. So it's insane. Gauthier, to finish things off, we still have a round to go in the pool stage.
Yeah.
Germany, Belgium Netherlands, Switzerland on a Saturday. Then Romania, Portugal, and then we head off for Spain and Georgia, Germany, Belgium on Sunday. So your predictions, care to say what teams you're going to pick for this round?
Yeah, I will go with Netherlands against Switzerland.
Okay.
Netherlands win. I will go for Romania against Portugal.
How much? How much?
I think it will be a matter of 5 points. 5 points.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be in the defensive bonus. So yeah, it's 7 points, I think, in the REC. So yeah. For Spain, Georgia, I love Spain, but Georgia is like, I'm looking for the reaction of the game of Spain, of course. How will they react? How will they play, etc. And for Germany, Belgium, I think I will go with the Belgium. It's
okay.
I will go with the Belgium, and I really hope, because being with them, during the week, it's like you understand why they're focused so much on games like that. So yeah, I believe in them to compete for the 5th place now.
Okay, so there's your predictions. Thank you for giving them. Just to finish, last question for you is, what is the player that you want to see shine in this or do well in this first round of the Men's Rugby Europe Championship?
In this first round?
In this last round, yes.
Last round, okay.
You can't pick Niniashvili. Niniashvili is it's off the cards. Niniashvili.
I think I will go, knowing Belgium a bit much than the other. I will go with Florian Remuet, the number 13. 13.
13.
Next to Jens Torf is such a great combination. Like between the two players, we saw it when during his try against Portugal last week, and you saw he was there. Florian Remuet is like really technical. He can kick the ball to the post. He has like great kick. So yeah, I think I will look for him in this game if he's on the team sheet.
Okay, so this are the picks from our guests from this week. Gauthier, thank you for coming. You can find Gauthier on Twitter. I don't know if he has Blue Sky. He has Instagram. He has TikTok. He has Twitch. Twitch is Gauthier Baudin, right?
Yeah, it's always the same. It's
always the
my
same?
first name and last name.
So this show is coming out on Wednesday or Thursday. When is your next show so people can?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No, I might be like Thursday night, but I'm not sure. So just follow me on Twitter, and it will be enough.
Okay, so follow him so so you can see his opinions about Six Nations, French rugby, and
Women's
everything.
rugby.
Women's rugby. Also, it's the Women's Rugby World Cup this year, and much more. Gauthier, merci beaucoup for your coming here.
Avec plaisir.
And let's say goodbye to the fans. Thank you, and see you next time.